traveled the length of the world to escape serpents and Dredge. And still it was not enough. What I do now is madness. Somewhere in the darkness, I've been told, lurks an answer to all our desperate questions. Who makes sure it sees the light of day? All I care about now is that the Friends live to see the sun move again.
We approach a city that only Varl have seen and cross a bridge that only Varl could build. Let us hope that we are the only unwelcome visitors to pass.
Enough, Eyvind. The bridge stands. Find some other way. Greetings. We brought some allies. Who are these people? We don't have time for games. Wait, I know you. Ingvar among us again. Is this what the end of the world looks like? A messenger bursts through the doors, cutting the tension. He says the stone singer has been cutting a path across the bridge. Gods, can we not have a moment's respite? What? The stone singer's with them? Let me bring down the... I say it again to you and the Prince of Man, and the whole Manda Council were they here. I will not say it again. Hakon, you go to Arberrang. Eyvind, do not even touch that bridge. Am I understood? You are. Then I have to confront the singer myself. The stone singer falls hard, and the dredge part like a black sea. Sheer terror hits you when you see Belaware. Quick, get the bender out of here! Thunderer, face me! Eyvind recoils from the sheer terror of the massive serpent that appears in the distance, and even below backs away. If you're not going to die, I suppose you must speak instead. Who are you? I am Juno. You are Juno. It means nothing to me. Maybe I asked the wrong question. What are you? I am Amanda. Ah, Valka. Now the picture's for me. I am the end, do you understand? This world, my purpose is to devour it. But I cannot. Instead, now comes the Wall of Night to consume your pitiful world. Wall of Night? The Dredge? Dredge? Stone men marching across the long bridge? No, it's darkness. I am meant to devour this world, but I'm incomplete. A worm crawling through a dung field. Because of you. Who are you to take my destiny? What are you? Eyvind? Juno, you're alive! Listen closely. I'm here with a serpent who wants to swallow the world. But instead there's a nothingness sweeping from the north. We have to meet. Make it to Boersgard, quick!
As we pass steep cliffs, the sprawl of Boersgard comes into view. A city of contrasting rich and poor, opportunity and gamble. Our best hope for salvation, or our graves.
I'm Rugga and we're all exhausted from the long way. Are you in charge here? In charge of the governor, I suppose. Listen, if you have something to tell, say it now, otherwise you're on your own. Men, come along. We're going to see the governor. In case we have to leave quickly, let's check the docks. See, there's a caravan. Let's head there.
Juno, we need every axe we can get right now below us here.
Gods be damned.
I will do as below her. We are at the Godstone of the Graphs. Is this where you're going to sacrifice me? No, the Dredge cannot see us. To be more precise, they can see us, but I've convinced them not to be concerned. See the silver in the stone? We need a piece of that. We will forge it into an arrow to slay Belower. The arrow will not kill Belower, even were it to strike his heart, but I will sow doubt in his mind. When it pierces him, I will help him to believe that he is dying. The rest of you will convince him with your axes.
Time continues washing over us, moment after moment, like waves on a coast. Some more fierce, more violent than others. So few of my kind, the giant war, remain alive. Even so, I find myself wondering if humans, while able to bear children, suffer more for the loss of loved ones. Several weeks have passed since we slew the Sundren known as Bellower, but the chaos of the world did not wither as we hoped. The world is breaking. We sail aboard hastily crafted ships for the safety of Arberrang, the human capital. But the river curses us with a clear view of the Dredge, assaulting another hopeless village.
I am Rugga, the governor of Boersgard. With the chaos of the siege and the flight from Boersgard, this is my first chance to meet and congratulate you. Dust and mist makes it hard to see ahead. A hissing rumbling noise scrolls around. Rowers pull hard, heading for the dredge-lined northern bank. Men pick their children and start running. The wounded and elderly struggle to make it onto the floating walks, while fear of the bridge paralyzes the legs of others. The dredge gives chase, crossing onto the bridge without hesitation. You watch as the floating stones nearest the land tremble and drop back into the chasm, taking all standing there with them. The sight is terrifying, but you turn and urge the others to keep moving forward. The stones behind the caravan are falling faster than rising ones in the front. The rear clansmen are pushing forward in panic. Volvek shouts, "Knock some of these people over the edge before we all go down." "We are carrying too much," Ivar says. "We got to get rid of something before that man drops us all into the depths." You look around and see only people, food, and the mess of cart the ravens are hauling. Before you can respond, Juno says, "Absolutely not."
Now stand down, or you'll be missing more than your horns.
Stand down, you son of a yacht!
This will get his attention. "What have you done?" "Sorry, Hakon. Do you mind telling me why the Varl leaders just tried to kill each other?"
I wasn't going to let him take our supplies without a fight. Caught him trying to take off with supplies he tucked away. Couldn't let it happen. He's a Varl, so he's my call. We give him something, but not much. Do you think it was a stupid idea for me to challenge Hakon?
Not really my place to say.
Since when has that stopped you?
Volvek, could I have a word with you, please? I know your ravens need work. Without work and coin, the banners of you is worthless. In Boersgard, we made an arrangement for you to protect this large cart until we're away from the Dredge threat.
They're across that damn chasm. That job's done.
Agreed, but the cart you've been hauling has become too troublesome. It needs to be sunk in the deepest water around. You have a Valkyr's oath for a great deal of coin once you have sunk that cart. The blue river northwest of Bindal is my suggestion.
Fine. The Raven's oath. It'll be done.
The miners of Bindal are a rough crowd. Not a bad place to recruit new blades.
Bet that scout tower already sent word of us being here. Valkyr's, is that the Raven banner? So it seems. But why here? Why now?
Just passing through on our way to Blue River. But this blasted storm caught us.
The governor left for Arberrang a while back with most of the fighters to settle the dispute. The Manor Council sent me to bring the people of Bindal west, as we hear too many rumors of Dredge.
More than rumors. We've been in Boersgard. Saw below her.
The immortal Sandra? How did you...
Immortal was a joke. He's dead. Talk to your people. It was one of your kind that sent us that direction.
I'm not aware of another Valkyr being out this direction. Who has tasked you?
Juno.
Safer steps back at the name and studies your face for a moment. Then welcome, and no one's going to try anything.
Maybe, but I shouldn't have tell you about my job from your superior just to get an invitation.
No, you misunderstand. You have no job. The Valkyr known as Juno is dead. The storm to the south and the Dredge army to the north leaves us with one way out, the mines. Manhar near Arberrang is the safest place to secure Below's body. Whatever drew the Dredge army toward us in Bindal, the council can find out a way to stop it. See us there safely and I give you a genuine Valkyr oath you will be rewarded well enough to never need to work again. What are we looking at, Valkyr? The center of the world? For the other's sake, it's best we not discuss it. Alice is trying to bring the cave down off on our heads. Saphira grabs Nichols and whispers to him. The young man's eyes go wide. Saphira is standing behind Nichols, tracing an alternate pattern. The young man glows for only a moment, hair flapping as if a giant gust is blowing past him. Then he crumbles. Alice grows quiet in the distance. He watches the form of the Sandra shake and struggle to maintain its form. Then it fades, like snow blowing over the hilltop.
How How is it you remain alive beside me?
Terrible pain rips through you both. Who are? What happened? Hush, Juno. You're safe now. Eyvind, how did you do this? Save your questions. We should get away from here.
There are signs of recent fighting all around Fiskevik. But it might provide a meeting ground for all who scattered when the serpent struck.
Juno and Eyvind, they want me to join them. What? Join them where? They haven't filled me in with most of the plans, but they said I'm needed, and that we are leaving the caravan. We're not longer good for the caravan. Our presence not only scares clansmen, but puts them in real danger. Continue to push hard for the capital. With luck, with a small force, we'll defeat the darkness before it reaches you. Then I hope you luck with all you as well.
Finally, we made it. But why are so many camped outside the walls? They must have seen the darkness approaching.
I push ahead, Prince Ludin says. My father will want to see me. Rugga, Einartoft? I should have killed you when I had the chance. You dread, remember? You will never enter my gates again. You cannot allow this king to keep us from safety after all this way. She doesn't have to. I find a place for the people under your banner, lad. A place inside the walls alongside the wall. A place this fiend man will never see again. Without warning, Rugga pulls his dagger and lunges at King Einartoft, who shifts slightly, the blade only piercing his side. Before anyone can react, Rugga slinks behind his fighters who are charging you, Hakon, and King Einartoft. Everyone behind the walls! Reinforced gates slam shut behind you while archers on the walls deliver death to those outside attempting to approach. King Einartoft is panting and bracing himself on a knee while grabbing his side where Rugga stabbed him. It did not need to come to this. You killed her! Stop this, Eyvind, that's enough! Few things worked as planned, but I hate that this was necessary. Let's grab what we came for. The large door to the Valkyr's hall shakes from a great impact, then shatters. Not you, not now! You will have our vengeance for our deceit.
In a flash, threads unwind. Our intentions gone. Our fates laid bare. We're forced to change, pulled in new directions. For good or ill, we cannot know. How far do the echoes of our struggles reach? What can we expect from our efforts in this breaking world? Our answers, the reasons for our journey, lay just beyond these walls.
I suspect you already know this, but Rugga has poisoned me. He did it when we met at the Good Face to negotiate peace. My manners have been unable to find a cure. But perhaps you've seen his weakness. Something with which to coax an antidote from him. Convince him on my behalf.
What am I doing here? I left my friends in Arberrang and joined the spellweavers Juno and Eyvind on their journey to undo the darkness and put an end to a world-eating serpent. Juno fashioned a dome of light around us, and we pushed into the darkness. I expected desolation. Instead, You've passed villages that look as though melted, and forests curled like fish hooks. I've had a bad feeling that these things will never again return to the way they once were, even if we succeed. With us came a band of mercenaries, the Ravens, tricked into believing the orders came from their leader. This, too, feels like disaster waiting to happen. The old city on the human-Varl border looms ahead, twisted into a claw, but still strand. Now, I have to imagine the longboats bringing fish in the harbor, and the bustling of merchants hawking goods. An unexpected light from Strand's great hall calls to us from atop the hill. We'll stop briefly to investigate.
An unexpected place to find visitors. I wasn't sure we'd been unstuck from this abyss even with our friend's light. We travel into the wind, not a way to undo it. No mere man are these, the women Zavalka. But you are not. How did you learn how to weave the light? I've picked up a thing or two on my own. Listen, Hedwig, if you're expecting us to go along, you better start explaining. We go to Ridgehorn. There we will find a secret path, a shortcut to our destination, which is the place where the darkness began. Hold up, are you guys expecting anyone? You all see it. Off on the horizon. An imposing figure, cloaked in white, leads the Legion of the Warped. Can't be Bolwerk. He was killed in Manhar. He what? This has to end now. Mine are finally dead. Sounds like you need me more than ever. Have you ever witnessed a city turn hungrily upon itself like a starving wolf eating its own cubs? Have you witnessed the rape, slaughter and torture of thousands, the sound and the smell of it? Well, I have. Oh, and when the chaos spills over the edge, there's no cure, just like Meinolf. Should I die, you will see these things for yourself. I promise you that. They could be convinced. All it would take is joining your banners to mine. Oh, and I'd like to do this in front of a crowd, though there won't be any disagreements about what was happening. This banner was my husband's. I could have taken it when he died, but I entrusted it to you, not this shaming piece. These horn towers are portals the Manors built long ago. They allow us to enter the inner earth, the Dredge home. I knew the Dredge came from below, but inner earth? Like caverns? No, not at all. Imagine another world with the sky and the sun, like our own, but within our own. This will be a dangerous pass, but the quickest route to the place where Eyvind will undo all of this.
Vognir, now you all die.
I had that feeling again. The one where I want to look to my father for guidance, but he isn't there. Despite everything else going on, it's still mankind that worries me the most.
I don't know what you mean. As usual, I only want to protect our people, but Odalith hears what she pleases. You only want to condemn. It starts with the Dredge. How long before you convince them we're the next enemy? What do you mean starts with the Dredge? She would throw away all of our sacrifices to let them walk through the gates. Just as there are Varl here, horseborn. Many of those outside the gates are women and children too. We know this. We've even taken in a Dredge infant whose mother was slain. It has been amongst us this whole time. When our leaders tell us to fight, we fight. The Dredge are no different. Belloware's gone, Eyeless and Ruin are gone. Are the rest beating down our doors, crying for blood? No. They cry out for mercy. What is this? Put down your weapons! Traitors threaten to open the gates and let loose the Dredge. We only meant to stop them. I expect the rest of you to put aside your differences while I gather the menders. You don't need to befriend the Dredge. Only make space for them within the walls. When the warped come, they will be relentless. We cannot afford to give them more weapons against us in the coming days. Brave lad, step out these gates. Ease our minds. The Valkyr thinks they can be trusted? Walk amongst the Dredge Slayer. Throw down your weapons and prove to us all how harmless they are. The caravan fell silently in absolute darkness until you lost all sense of time and space. Then you see the ground finally. This is the inner earth. Step lightly, the ice may hold, but let's not test it. I swear something beneath us is moving. It was an ocean. Surely there are many things down there, some bigger than others. Then maybe we should keep quiet.
Finally, I found you.
Juno describes some patterns in the air with his staff, and you feel something rumbling down below you.
This is not over yet.
Gods in the ash! I can't see a damn thing! Just keep going.
This will be more easily shown than told. The Valka were the first to discover a world within our world. The inner earth, with its own lands, people, and sun. A source of power far greater than our own. Eyvind is the boss. The leader of the Valka, brilliant, born with a mind devouring itself. I studied in secret to heal those wounds, and in time, we grew to love each other. But meddling with minds is forbidden, for reasons already clear to you. The council sentenced me to death. They agreed to spare Eyvind the same fate if I went willingly. So I did. When Eyvind discovered what had happened, he carried my body to the White Tower. In his grief, he drained the Black Sun of its energy, hoping to restore my life. The sun fell from the sky, ripping chasms through both worlds. The serpent slithered out from its shattered egg, half-born, and the darkness within spread. I had become the new vessel for its power. When we reach the White Tower, and Eyvind releases my energy, the sun will move again, and the darkness will return to where it belongs.
Now, return to the source of the power. I'm not dead, but neither am I alive. This energy within me was stolen. Eyvind will place me within the Black Sun. The celestial sphere will cycle again. Darkness will be absorbed, and without that, the serpent will wither.
Knew I'd see your smiling face again. I've had enough. Stay out of my way, Ivor.
The world lives or dies here. This is it.
What does it want?
It is giving up. It wants to make a deal. Half a prophecy of extinction says the darkness will lift and it will spare Arberrang. It consumes only half the world. Half the world in exchange for what? Juno's energy. If I release it to the serpents, Juno will be gone. But she won't suffer. You can tell Eyvind is seriously considering it.
Could I have done more? Who can say that the outcome would be better? The serpent forged on its restored power and then was gone. Eyvind swore it would keep its promise and leave Arberrang untouched. But the land remains warped, where it hasn't been swallowed whole. At least, no warp remained to waylay us, and on the horizon now approaches Arberrang. Do I dare to hope?